For months, the crypto market has been driven by a collective, irrational madness. Fortunes were made and lost not on technological innovation or real-world utility, but on dog-themed jokes, political satire, and cartoon frogs. The meme coin supercycle seemed unstoppable, a chaotic force that defied all logic and financial reason. But this week, the party came to a violent and abrupt end. A shocking celebrity betrayal, a damning on-chain exposé of widespread manipulation, and the first shots from regulators have triggered what could be the great meme coin extinction event. But this is not the death of the crypto market. It is a necessary and painful cleansing. And as we'll see, a new sector, one based on tangible, real-world value, is quietly rising from the ashes of the meme coin casino. Let's begin with the betrayal that pulled back the curtain. This week, the meme coin Crypto Swag, launched by internet personality and rapper Lil G, collapsed by over 99% in a matter of hours. On-chain investigators at Look On-Chain quickly discovered the reason. Wallets connected directly to Lil G and his development team had systematically, quote, dumped tens of millions of dollars worth of their team-allocated tokens onto their own community. The very people they had encouraged to buy and, quote, hold for the movement were used as exit liquidity. The outrage was immediate and visceral. It was a textbook rug pull, executed in plain sight. This single, brazen act of greed has shattered the fragile trust in the entire celebrity meme coin space. It has served as a brutal lesson that when there is no underlying product or value, the community is not the beneficiary, they are the product. This betrayal, however, is just one symptom of a much larger, more systemic problem. The game wasn't just rigged by this one celebrity. On-chain data now proves that almost every meme coin launch is manipulated from the very first second by professional insider rings. This brings us to the on-chain exposé. This week, the blockchain intelligence firm Arkham published a devastating report titled The First Minute. They analyzed thousands of new meme coin launches on platforms like Solana and Base and found a clear, undeniable pattern. In over 80% of the launches, a small interconnected network of wallets, what they call insider rings, used sophisticated sniper bots to purchase between 30 and 60% of the entire token supply within the first few seconds of liquidity being added. Think about what this means. Before any retail trader even has a chance to hear about the coin or place a buy order, a small group of insiders already controls a majority of the sellable supply. They then use their network of social media accounts to create artificial hype, luring in unsuspecting buyers. As the price pumps, they slowly unload their massive holdings onto this wave of retail excitement. It's like knowing the winning lottery numbers before the draw. The average person never stood a chance. They were simply providing the payday for the insiders. This report proves that the meme coin casino wasn't a fair game of chance, it was a rigged table. And these professional insider rings are the reason why coins launched by celebrities, like the one we just discussed, can pump and dump so effectively. This rot from within is now being confirmed by market data, which shows clear signs of trend exhaustion. A key metric we can use is the relationship between a coin's social dominance and its price. Social dominance, a metric from the analytics platform Santiment, measures how much of the total crypto conversation on platforms like X and Reddit is about a specific coin. For weeks, the social dominance for top meme coins has remained incredibly high. People are still talking about them, creating memes and posting hype. However, their prices are showing a clear bearish divergence, failing to make new highs and forming lower lows. This is a classic sign that a trend is dying. The smart money and the insiders have already sold their bags and moved on. Now only the hopeful retail crowd is left generating social media chatter, but there is no new capital coming in to absorb their selling and push the price higher. The hype engine has run out of fuel. This dying hype is causing the last remaining speculative capital to desperately search for a new home. And it seems to be landing in a sector that the market has ignored for months, a sector based not on jokes, but on tangible, real-world infrastructure. As capital flees the collapsing meme coin narrative, we are seeing a significant rotation into one of the most promising and undervalued sectors in all of crypto, DePIN, or Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. These are projects that use token incentives to build and operate real-world infrastructure in a decentralized manner. Think of projects like Helium, which is building a decentralized 5G mobile network, Render Network, which creates a global marketplace for unused GPU computing power, and Filecoin, which provides decentralized data storage. While meme coins were sucking all the oxygen out of the room, these DePIN projects were quietly building, refining their technology, and generating real revenue. Now, as investors search for substance over speculation, the DePIN sector is experiencing a surge in interest and capital inflows. This is a classic flight to quality. It's a sign of a maturing market where speculative gambling is being replaced by investments in projects that provide tangible, verifiable value. Finally, the regulatory hammer is falling, signaling the definitive end of the celebrity meme coin craze. This week, the Securities and Exchange Commission officially charged a high-profile influencer for their role in promoting a different celebrity meme coin earlier this year. The charges were clear. The influencer promoted what the SEC deems to be an unregistered security, and they failed to disclose that they were paid for the promotion. This sets a massive precedent. It introduces a huge legal risk for any celebrity or influencer who even considers launching or promoting their own meme coin. The party is officially over. The combination of public betrayals, exposed insider manipulation, dying hype, and now direct regulatory crackdowns signals that the great meme coin extinction is not just a possibility, it's already underway. In conclusion, the meme coin supercycle, the most chaotic and irrational chapter of this bull market, has come to a close. It has been brought down by a toxic combination of celebrity greed, systemic insider rigging, trend exhaustion, and now regulatory intervention. The market is undergoing another painful but necessary cleansing. Market cycles are defined by these great rotations. The death of one narrative is always the birth of another. The speculative zero-sum gambling of the meme coin casino is now giving way to the foundational, value-accruing building of real-world infrastructure like DePIN. The key is to not be the last person to leave the old collapsing party, but to be one of the first to arrive at the new one. If this deep dive helped you understand the massive shift that is currently happening in the market, please support our channel. Like this video, comment below with your thoughts on the future of DePIN, and share this video with a friend who might still be holding on to meme coins. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more analysis that cuts through the hype. Thank you for watching.